Anyway, welcome to the August 6th, 2013 meeting of the Voter Assistance Advisory Committee. We don't have a quorum today, so we are not going to take any votes, and there will be some discussions. So we are going to skip over the approval of the minutes, and we'll do this at our next meeting. And the report of the VAAC chair is very simple. Anita has a very big report, so we'll leave that to a little bit later, because she's really the main show tonight. But I'm very pleased to announce that we are on the verge of releasing the voter-facing side to our nycvotes.org tool. And so tomorrow, the NYC Votes mobile web experience will be released in front of the New York Tech meetup, which is the largest meetup in the country with 33,000 members. It will be shown in front of a live audience of 650 people and simulcast via the web. We will provide, if you go to the nytm.org website, you will be able to see the link for the simulcast and be able to watch it from your mobile phone or desktop. And so after tomorrow, people will be able to find out who is running for office, look at the information that is available, publicly available as it becomes available, be able to see their social media links, to click through to those links, engage with those candidates, see who has endorsed them, see what people are saying about them, maybe make your own endorsement of those candidates, and then to ultimately be able to make a contribution to the candidates of your choice to show your support. As the application rolls out and gets closer to the primary date, voters will be able to find out where to vote, when to vote, how to vote, build their own sample ballot themselves, and then to find out who won, and use that as a platform to engage with their elected officials. So we're calling it the member account for democracy in New York City. And later on this summer, we will be making this technology available via open source, so that others in the country can see how New York City does its campaign finance, but also see the tools that New York City has created for its own citizens to use. So I'm very pleased with our team and really proud to announce it. So stay tuned for it. So with that, I just want to turn it over to Amy for a report of the CFB Director.
I don't have much of a report. I guess the big news is for the CFB is that yesterday the board authorized 75 public funds payments in an amount of over $23 million to candidates all across the city. So staff worked very hard on making recommendations to the board, and I would like to commend the staff for all the hard work they've been doing on that, and all of the voter engagement projects, both the video voter guide that you're about to hear about, and also the print voter guide, which is now being, as we speak, printed to be mailed out to voters by the end of August.
Perfect. Okay. Juanita?
Good evening, everyone. So I'm happy to report on the activities of the Voter Assistance Unit. First, I want to say congratulations. We're excited about the rollout tomorrow. Yes, for sure. And we've been talking it up. And even in our productions that you'll hear more about, we talk a lot about the mobile platform and trying to steer New Yorkers to look down at their hands, look down at their phones. For all the information that they need, they'll have it in the palm of their hands. So we're really excited about that. So on to that, with the video voter guide, which is the video version of the voter guide that the Campaign Finance Board produces, we've spent probably the last 3 weeks in production. And the video version is really just taping of candidate statements of what their platforms are, why they feel that you should vote for them, and giving them an opportunity to have an equal playing field to get that message out, and equally giving voters an opportunity to hear from the various candidates who are seeking to represent them. So we feel that it's a really powerful tool, and in a day and age with everything changing, technology changing, content really does continue to be king. So we need content, and we feel that a lot of what we do is driving content into various mediums to provide programming that we hope will make a difference for voters. I am going to share my report with other people. I'm going to ask Drew Gibson, who we hired as the senior producer of the video voter guide and production manager, to talk some more and in depth about the production of the voter guide.
Thank you, Anita. So on July 20th, we began filming. We started with the intros and segues, we call them the wraparounds. And we were fortunate enough to have Oneida County mayors and board member John Avalon as the host for this portion. And we want to thank you both for your time. It's coming, it looks wonderful. On July 22nd, a couple days later, we began filming the candidates. We resulted in about 196 candidates altogether over the past 3 weeks, as Oneida stated, and they all filmed their statements. It was quite successful. We were happy with that. We're on target for delivery of the 6 shows for the primary election edition. The delivery date is August 23rd, and we're on target for that. This week we will continue. We will be filming promotional spots that will be informing the viewers when the shows will air, and encouraging them to watch, of course. And we're also going to be filming PSAs, public service announcements, to just encourage New Yorkers to just get out the vote. The next phase for me is continuing post-production of these 6 primary shows, as well as the 6 general election programs. And I just wanted to say it was a pleasure working with Next Millennium Productions and KPMG, and I want to thank all of the CFB staff who were very, very helpful in assisting preparing for this production and getting through the production. So, thank you.
So specifically, I just wanted to also highlight that all CFB worked on this project, but primarily communications, admin, legal, CSU, and systems. So we're very, very grateful to them because they helped us prepare for this production and get through it, as Drew said. And at each meeting, I kind of single out someone. I always do. So tonight, I'd like to really thank Giovanni from the legal team, who joined us every day throughout the production and was always available to us, and proved to be very, very helpful when we had to turn to legal matters while we were on set. So thank you very much.
What was the most interesting legal challenge you had on the set?
Without mentioning anyone's name.
Well, for the most part, it went very well, and a lot of the candidates came in understanding the rules and what we were trying to do, and certainly how we were trying to make it an organized process. So, yeah, for the most part, it went very well.
But sometimes you had scripts that came in where candidates wanted to talk for 4 minutes, and you cannot. It's 2 minutes, and you can only delete. You cannot add. So, and you couldn't wear any kind of pin at all, which was sometimes something people didn't want to take off. So Gio handled a lot of those. So, you know, whenever we had to turn and say we had a member of the legal team there, candidates usually said, "Why do we need legal here?" But it was a very smooth operation, and not only to us, but Next Millennium team was fantastic, and that was part of, they were contracted through the Mayor's Office of Film and Television under the direction of Commissioner Oliver. And so they were a great part of why it went smoothly for three weeks. And I will say the first technical problem we had was yesterday, the last day, in the afternoon. And it all got resolved.
Great.
So,
Well, congratulations.
thank you. Thanks to everyone here as well.
And this will
My-
also be
thanks
linked
to
to
my team.
NYC votes too.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
sorry.
there'll be a link to the videos and NYC votes app as well.
How many times did we say that, John?
Yes. So,
Exactly. So, and if I haven't already said, thanks to my team, for sure, Cheyenne, Sabrina, and Stuart, who were part of that, a big part of that. Also, to go on then, NYC Media, who we just talked about, they are also going to, so the show is going to run on NYC Media, on their program, on their channel NYC Gov. They're going to promo it on that channel. They're also going to promo it on their live channel, which is channel 25. The program will have promos in the taxis. There will be PSAs in the taxis. So there'll be a lot of promotion around it as well. On to the TLC with the taxi and limousine. If you remember, we did our surveys last year. So we are on course again to have our surveys again. We're working with NYC and Company to make sure we have our bus shelter ads again, so, and phone kiosks, advertisements. So those will start to roll out for the election season.
Sure.
Yeah, right in time for the primary. Our summer interns who you met, and they aren't here today because they're out working. Tonight we are partnering with the National Night Out. So we are primarily on NYCHA facilities, and we're in 4 boroughs tonight. And our interns are there. They've been doing a fantastic job. They helped us also with the video voter guide, serving as production assistants. But the 2 weeks before that, they went out on several voter registration drives, and they registered over 1,000 people within those 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, they are a powerhouse.
How many are there?
There
Two?
are 4.
Wow.
There are 4 of them.
250 per person, that's really
Yeah.
pretty good.
So they're doing really well, and yesterday was their last day in the studio, and today they were back out. And not to say they did a few in between, but we were just working them a little bit too much. But they're back out tonight, and they're really wonderful, so hopefully we'll see them in our next meeting. And then lastly, I was going to ask Sabrina, I know Sabrina's also taking notes for us tonight also, but if she could talk a little bit about National Voter Registration Day and what some of our efforts are. You want to use the microphone? Oh.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sabrina from Voter Assistance. So National Voter Registration Day, this is going to be our 2nd year. This year it's on September 24th. Last year was our first year. We did our first youth voter jam with CUNY. We had a lot of great partners, and we also launched our 1,000 voter registration challenge. And we're going to be doing the same this year. This year we are a lead, and we're going to be having our first kickoff planning meeting on August 28th, and we'll have a follow-up meeting on September 10th. And really the goal is to invite the same partners that have been working with us to be part of National Voter Registration Day. We will be kicking off our 1,000 voter registration challenge, and we already have a lot of excitement, a lot of partners who are excited to be a part of this initiative again. And I think that we'll have a really good outcome. A lot of our partners feel that this is a great day to kick off their efforts for that last push for the deadline of the voter registration. I think last year we did 1,000 and
Oh, yeah.
a little over 1,000 that we did, but on that actual day we did 100 voter registration drives. So we're looking for that, and some of our interns will probably come back on board for that day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Cheyenne, I don't know if you want to add anything else to that. But the other thing that we're working on is called the Red, White, Blue, and You campaign, where it's a kind of a visual voter education campaign. And right now we're targeting and we're working with Health and Hospitals Corporation and with CUNY campuses, and they're trying to find ways that they can visually turn themselves red, white, and blue for the season, and as a visual reminder, people as they go by, that this is, you know, a sense of pride and something that you should participate in as well. So, a feel-good campaign.
Just as a general question, I mean, it seems like for a lot of us that this is a really interesting election cycle, particularly interesting. Word for it. When you're out on the street, do you get that sense that the average person on the street, especially young people, also share that level of interest?
You want to talk, Cheyenne?
Sure.
Can you pass the microphone?
Thank you. I'll say honestly, they do have some understanding of what the elections are about. They see, especially with the mayoral candidates, they see them at the forefront. But that enthusiasm, I kind of have to instill that because it's not really there yet. I think it'll pick up around next month when they really start to see the elections happening. The poll sites will be open. That'll get their attention a little bit more, especially since their schools will be closed at their poll sites. So I think that'll get their attention a little bit more, but for right now, they're still kind of like, sure, what's going on? What am I voting for? So it'll pick up. I know it will.
Do you think the fact that schools will be closed a week before the primary will affect turnout?
Oh, that's a good question. I have to think about that.
You mean the fact that they hadn't opened yet?
Because school will open the day
Right.
before
the election.
before the election, Monday.
They
will be
open on
first
the
day.
9th.
They open on the 9th and the
Yeah,
election
I'll
is
have
the
to think
9th.
about that.
I think, well, really what I hear from parents is that I don't understand why school is opening and then closing the next day.
Yeah.
But do all the, Miller, do you know, I mean, not all the schools close on primary day, right?
Yeah,
They're closed on general election.
Yeah.
they're closed in general.
Okay.
What I hear from community-based organizations, they are interested in doing forums, but everyone wants to do a mayoral forum. Not everyone can do a mayoral forum.
Yeah.
So you try to steer them into doing things that are more local to where they are. But people still, the new thing that I'm hearing is that, well, if I can't do a mayoral forum before the primary, then I'll wait until after the primary and do one. So I think people still have it in their head, the notion that they're gonna do a mayoral forum after the primary. Right. But there is a lot of talk, and a lot of buzz, because these member organizations.
Can I ask you a few quick questions? Deadline for registering for the primary is what day?
It's 10 days from today. If you look at the app, it says it.
I know.
10 days left to register to vote. That's how I know it's exactly 10 days. I couldn't tell you the date, but I know it's 10 days.
On 16, midnight.
And it's midnight?
Yeah.
And I guess it's a question for Board of Elections, but in the event there is a runoff, which seems likely, has that been resolved or is some movements towards resolving it? What's the current status of it?
It's currently the 1st of October. Back to normal. So currently
And are there still concerns about the machines or are you feeling confident?
the board is confident that we'll be able to conduct the runoff election and the September primary and the runoff election using the machines and the ballot marking devices as well for voters who need assistance.
So just the runoff will be moving machines?
Primary and the runoff. And in addition, the board, the commissioners today approved the appointment of the executive director. Former Commissioner Mike Ryan will serve as executive director. So we're very excited to have him and hope that he can really going forward when we need some needed advancements.
Well, we'd love to have him
Yes,
invited to
I
our
texted
meeting.
him and he said he'd like to attend the next meeting.
Yeah.
That's
So,
fantastic.
he's
Good.
Valerie, does that, just because it's been a number of years since there's been an executive director, does he bring in new staff? Is there any transition, or is it just him really
It's
that
just
come?
him.
Okay.
I mean, within his, now he can begin to to meet with the staff and perhaps shuffle staff around.
It's not like I knew it had a
No,
serious issue
no.
coming in or, yeah.
Perfect. Anything else, Anita?
That's it for now.
Okay, terrific. Well, I'm opening up to public comments. Public
Okay.
input. Okay, well, I think then we will call to an end the shortest Citizens Advisory Committee meeting.
I actually have a question for Valerie before it's on the public, because I just want to, it seems, have there been more poll site changes, or is there an effort to consolidate them, or?
Well, with the Department of Justice rule, we have to have it, all poll sites have to be accessible. So there have been more changes, because in the past, if there was a poll site that was inaccessible, we'd tell them that they could vote via absentee, or we would suggest a nearby poll site. But now every poll site has to be accessible. So yeah, there have been some changes. And the notices, we have to send out one legally required information notice to all registered voters. They are actually being mailed out this week. So voters, they can check their mailboxes, and also, similar to last year's, we created an enlarged voter card that'll tell your ED80, your councilman at district. If you could please, cut that out and save it, bring it with you to the poll site, it'll help move the lines, even faster, because you don't have to wait at the information table.
And I guess I saw that today at the hearing, they talked about speeding up the process of people looking up. And I know that when, in our report, we had made this very simple, low-tech, art is all about high-tech, we're about low-tech, there's like this low-tech, is just getting those alphabet tabs and having people put those little stickers in, so that you can flip automatically to A, to B when somebody says their name, so you don't have to.
Yes, as
rifle
they're
through.
printing them, they'll have the tabs.
That's great.
Yeah, and then we also have tablets that we ordered, I think it was like over 400 tablets that were for the AD monitors.
Oh, that's great.
So we will have them equipped with tablets so they can help monitor and basically go from the line, you see the line is long, have voters log on to they would log on to the poll site locator so they can find out their ED.
That's
kind
great.
of eliminate some of the.
That's great. Well, we'd be happy to help, we would like to help with getting the word out about new poll sites, so both in the app and, so, because, that's, I think that's the most frustrating thing to people, is they go to a place and then they have to go to a different place. And I think we would get a lot of runoff after that,
Right.
so we'll be happy to work with you guys to try and get the word out, that people should look it up and find it.
I have a question for Drew. I was just wondering if the video voter guide will be captioned. Is there a captioning at all?
We do not have that we do not have that.
But all the scripts are available on the website, so you can read the script.
Oh, good.
And it's also translated into Chinese, Korean, and Bengali
Okay.
and Spanish.
Yeah.
So the script is available to read
that's
as.
good.
I just wanted to commend the Board of Elections for incorporating the fillable poll worker application. I find that to be extremely helpful, especially for young people, because they can just go online and sign up right away. So, we're still doing our poll worker efforts when we're in the field, so I hope that makes a difference in it. electiondayworker.com, we do find that it's very helpful.
I'll add to that, but on the flip side, my wife and I just moved, and figuring out how to re-register your new address on the website,
Not so easy.
if I can't figure it out quickly, we got a problem.
Well, I'll meet with our MIS department and see if we can go through like a site map. It shouldn't be more than a click or two away for you.
I'm sure it's there, I just couldn't
You
find
can
it.
find it.
Anything else? So there no further
Okay, sorry.
discussion, then I think we'll bring this meeting to a close. Thank you very much.
Thank you.